Will these two products remove the rust off of these rusty shovels? That's what we're going to find out today. I have two products here that I want to test, and the line of products that I've tested previously. One is, and these came from the comments that were left on a couple of the other rust removing techniques that I've used from my viewers. One is Vinegar and the other is Molasses. I bought this Molasses off a local feed mill. And what I'm going to do is pour vinegar into this pan, and then I'm going to set that vinegar, or these shovels, I have two of them. I'm going to set one into molasses and the other in this pan. And then we're going to come back and see how each of these techniques work. My hope is to be enlightened like you and understand the best practical techniques in a do-it-yourself shop like mine, somewhere where I repair things, rusty junk, what have you. Join me as I share stories of my life as a kid, bringing junk home and turning it into something useful. Fact is, I'm still doing this today at age 69. Okay, I'm going to take this one first, and I'm just going to set it in this. This stuff's sticky and messy, and I really don't want to take it out of here. What I might do is tilt it so I can at least get the shovel part covered. Here, I'll show you. Looks like that. And I'm going to leave it set like that. Hopefully it doesn't fall. Then I'm going to take this product. Oh, let's see. This is just Walnut Creek pure cider vinegar. And this is just another one just like it. And I'm going to pour this one in first. It's dated for a particular date. It's about a year prior to the other one I have here. So let's use this one first and just see what happens. I might get by with just 1 gallon. We'll see here. Okay, and tell you the dates. This one is 10/27/24, and this one is 02/27/25. Okay, here's my other shovel, and I'm just going to lay that in there. Let's see, how do I want to do this? You know what, that's not enough. I'm going to pour both of them in here. I can always put it back into containers. Sure wouldn't want to use it for anything else, so would you? And just so you know, I've not used either of these products in my shop before, but it was the viewers like you that have told me or suggested that I give it a try. And boy, that's a sticky mess. I don't know, Marv. Boy, that's got an aroma to it. This isn't going to work, is it? I don't know. We'll see. We'll see if it's going to work. I'm going to leave this like this for a couple days, and I will come back. Hopefully nothing will spill. If it does, I got a mess to clean up, and that mess would be, oh, what do I want to say, a little bit messy. Well, I'm back, It's been a few more days than I had thought, but I want to show you what this has turned into on this molasses and vinegar rust removing test. Take a look at this. I can't believe how dark this vinegar has gotten. But man, look at that. Here's the rusty shovel. It still looks rusty to me. I don't know about you. We'll set that right there. And, well, wait a minute. I did go ahead and throw a couple of more rusty pieces in here. And I'm going to set them on this cardboard also. I don't want to put my hands in this stuff. Wow. It's got an aroma to it. We're going to set these pieces just off to the side. And when I get it, all of them out of here, I don't know. Wow. Now that took the rest right off of that hinge. Look at that. Wow. I'm impressed. I know there's another piece in here. I can feel it. What is it? Oops, another one of these latches. Put that right there. And whatever that is there anything else in here? That appears to be it. But again, the shovel. Let's set that over here. Now let's take a look at this molasses. I'll swing you over here just a little bit. Well, guys, if nothing else, on this molasses, it sure looks like a sticky old mess. Now, one thing about it, I can wash this over at the sink. And that's what I will do. But there you have the molasses coated shovel. Hope molasses and vinegar don't have some kind of a chemical reaction here. But I don't know what to do with this, for Pete's sakes. It's so messy. Let me get this stuff out of my way. Okay, right here. Uh-oh. What's that? I got some of that vinegar on me. Shoot. Okay, what am I going to do with this old vinegar? I'm going to set it right here, and then if I bump it, it'll spill all over the floor. Now let's just take a closer look at some of this stuff. Boy, is this sticky. I'm going to have to go get me another, here's one, another shop rag. Wow. Okay. There's those two pieces. We have this, that, and this. Let me get a little brush, and we're going to brush on some of this. I'm going to take this little wire brush and just I don't know how I feel about that. Okay, I'm going to walk this over to the sink and rinse this molasses off of this piece. Quite honestly, other than just a little spot back here, maybe a little on the handle, I don't see how you could say that's doing much of anything. I don't know, guys. Not sold on that one. Vinegar's just apple cider. I'm going to go rinse a couple of these other items also. See what we end up with. Okay, I want to show you this. You can see that that vinegar was absolutely cutting that rust. Look at that. You can see some of the old metal in behind it. And that was really rusty. Where with the molasses, not so much. But I can't say it was a fair test. Maybe this one had a heavier coat of rust on it. I don't know. But take a look at these. That's down to the cast. Most of it didn't scrape too hard on some of those corners, and then the same way with this one. Look at that. This one here had a little paint on it. And it was actually getting down in there. What I wish I would have done now is thrown one of these in the molasses with that other shovel instead of all of them in with the vinegar. I don't know if I could say I gave this a fair test or not, but my preliminary findings on vinegar versus molasses, well, let me put it to you like this. Maybe the molasses should just stay with the cows, because I really didn't see where that's doing much good. The vinegar, I would say if you got time to wait on it, that would work pretty well. But I'm going to walk over to my buffing wheel and I'm going to run the back side of this here molasses one on my buffing wheel and see what that does. I don't mean my buffing wheel, I mean my wire brush on the grinder over there. Yep, take what I mean, not what I say. I was over there probably for about 5 minutes, and take a look at that. 5 minutes on the wire wheel gets a lot of it off. Still down deep in the crevices here though, that would take some work. My conclusion on this piece is that if you have time to, or you have access to a sandblaster, you're going to save yourself a lot of money by getting the rust off with that. Molasses sure didn't work, and neither did the vinegar all that well, but it did work. So, what's my conclusions? My conclusion is that I'm going to get rid of the vinegar and the molasses and stick with what I know. And that's that product that I shared in a previous video. I'm looking around to see if I still have it here on the close, and I would show it to you, but I don't see it. Let me just walk over here. I found it. This product here worked the best in all the tests that I've done. Skyco product, and this worked pretty decent too, Vaporust. I think both of them would do a good job, depending on where you bought these and how much it costs. But I'm going to do one more little test on this, and I'm going to put all of this stuff in this gallon here yet and just see what happens. I'll tell you what, I'll put these 3 in the evapor rust since I don't have much of that left. I think I got enough to cover these 3. And I will pour this gallon in a bucket and cover what I can of these. And I have to get this little project done because I have other things to do. Like, you can't see it, but right behind you is that mercury outboard that I've been working on forever. It's been so frustrating. Got to finish that up. If you've been watching my videos, you'll notice that on the Schwartz I've been bringing projects to light. What I'm working on, a couple new projects, are an old grinder and then a jointer I have coming up. And I still have that storm door to hang for my wife. That should be the next thing I do, actually. I've been waiting for warmer weather though. But let me get set up here with this, and I'm gonna put this in, and let's see what we have. Wait a minute, I have the bucket right here actually. So 1 gallon in here wouldn't go very far, but let's put, the evaporust in this and see how far that goes. I don't want to go buy any more just to test it again, but let's pour it. And see, this has been used once, so it's got a rusty, cloudy look to it. But I think there's enough there to immerse these pieces here. I still have that hinge over there. And I still have, you know, to be on the safe side, I'm going to stick this inside here yet. That's probably a good idea. And look, those are completely immersed. I'll show you here in a minute. They completely, ooh, what? Watch what you're doing. There you go. Completely immersed. And how will this work? Not very good. Hey, how will this work? Not very good. Perfect. We'll use it anyway. Let's pour that in here. This stuff has been used too once, so you can't see me pouring here. I'll tell you what, I want you to see what I'm doing, so let's just bring you down here. And there you go. Let's put this one, this is the worst one. I'm going to put it in first. And it doesn't cover that great, but let's do this one too. We'll put it, I guess, right here like that. Well, one thing's for certain, we'll be able to tell what it does. I only have to leave this actually on this stuff for a couple hours, maybe not even. The directions say just coat it with it. Doesn't really say you have to soak it, so I'll tell you what. The one here that's got a little bit more rust off of it, the one that used the vinegar, I'm just going to coat it and put it in this bucket. And this one, I'm going to let it soak and simmer right in the product. And what does evaporust say? It says derust for 1 to 12 hours depending on depth and age of rust. Let's see. I'm in trouble with this stuff. I never once asked how old the rust was on these products. I'm trying to figure out, actually, how would you determine the age of rust? De-rust for 1 to 12 hours, depending on the depth and age of rust. Okay, I guess there's a way of determining how old rust is. I'm not smart enough to figure it out. If you are, comment below. I don't know what's going to turn out with these, but the purpose of this video was to test the vinegar and the molasses. The vinegar wins this test hands down. The molasses didn't even come in a close second. I think I'm going to just put that molasses outside and let the birds enjoy. Wait a minute, I probably shouldn't do that if it has rust in it. I won't, come to think of it. But for the most part, I'm going to say that that test is complete. I'll let you in on how this turns out. Maybe in a short video, in the shorts. Keep an eye out for that. If you have any comments on what I do in my shop, as long as they're nice comments, I guess you can say some bad stuff too if you really want to. I do it in here the way I kind of want to, I guess. Not always right. Well, I guess mostly never right. Maybe sometimes right. I don't know. But I just test things. I try to fix things the best I can. And that's why I asked a question in the title, in the name of this channel, can it be fixed? Sure it can. Can you fix it? You're darn right you can. Until the next one.